Hello everyone and welcome back to Anno 1800. Now in the last episode we finally, finished the museum, something that was long overdue, and yeah, lots and lots of people already want to go there, especially for the drinks, I guess, because there's particularly a lot of people around the food stalls and our bars tables and stuff like that. Not that many by the artifacts, some of them. Alright, at least we have the museum, and at least that is also something. It makes the tourists happier. So when we look at that, unhappy tourists right now they have the museum at least to accommodate their unhappiness. They're still pretty unhappy because, of course, we're still lacking, for example, the zoo and the Botanical Gardens. And we also lack the palace. And this is where I want to go for now. We are going all the way up here into Crown Falls, where we have, not a palace yet, but that's about to change. Before we start with the palace itself, I would like to check something here. That is, we have lots of artisans, but what I've noticed is no service buildings. And yes, as we can see, the Variety Theatre and the post office is missing in this area, so we do need to have some proper service buildings. We don't have a lot of artisans, so I will not be able to really destroy a lot of buildings here. We, however, have the marketplace and the pub in this area that I don't need anymore. So let's get rid of them, because there we have a marketplace for these workers there still. That, by the way, I can upgrade some of them at least over here. And then probably as well in this area. And those guys here lack the school. I don't have a school in this area yet. That is something we need to do as well. Now, let's just have our Variety Theatre then in this area. And once again, we do have a couple of options available. Let's make it a bit more colorful. This is fitting to the artisans in the surrounding. There we have it in all its glory on either side. This should, by the way, really make them happier, right? So as we can see, unhappiness is going down. And boom, they're not really happy still. Post office is something that I might need to address as well. Let's just have a road on either side. There is a back entrance here as well that I always need to work on as well, unfortunately. We could also make it like so. To be honest, I think this is better, right? And then we just have our usual ornaments around it. They're the flower beds. I gotta say, they're really growing on me here. These flower beds that were only possible with the DLC. That is really a beautiful ornament there. Before that, we only had the very not so looking good flower beds, these guys here. And let's just tell it how it is. They look ugly, right? They don't really fit anywhere, especially not with big, beautiful buildings. These flower beds are just much better overall. So there we have it, the Variety Theatre. There is a bit of space here in the background that we could use then for something. For now, we might just have some trees there, some temperate growth here. Something, a bit of a greener area where people can just enjoy their day if they want to. Alrighty, so that is something, right? The post office would be the other thing. Now, actually, we do have the post office already here, but it seems like it's ending in this area, right? So this whole area does require a second post office. And yes, we can have a smaller one, so there we go. And here we can squeeze it in, because as we can see, the radius is quite big, and it will take the whole district into its influence. There we should probably have a positive happiness now. There you go. Perfect. Artisans +1, +2, going into good regions there for us. Content artisans they are. The university is a bit missing in this area, but that's for later. We do have 2,000 workers at the moment, so I would like to also upgrade these guys here then at some point. And for that, we still need a school. Now for the school, I'm all for education, so let's have 2 schools. We have one here in the center of this district, and then for this whole district, I'm going to have another school just here. Oh, this is a particularly nice one that we have. And we also, of course, still need some more trees. So elm trees are just so beautiful when it comes to workers and artisans. It just fits together nicely. Let's just have these blocks here full of elm trees. Probably here as well. And there we still have some room in between for some fountains. So as we can see, we are really starting to work now on this rather remote location, because we will build the palace now, and in that case I want to have a beautiful area in its surrounding and not something that is, just ugly overall. As we can see, upgrades are now starting to come in, so we can then go ahead and have them upgraded to artisans. Here, this is a tricky one, right? Because we have the mines here. I wanted to have the Botanical Garden, but I don't think that it really will fit in there. So for now, we are probably just going to have some normal residents in this area. But let's actually get cracking on the palace so that I know its final, well, content, its final size that we have. And I've prepared a little, well, design there that we might go ahead for. It's nothing really special. It's just going to use all the modules that we have, and we need to make sure that we take the whole island into its area, right? So if I place it now here by the street, and we can see that the area goes to this area for now. So up to this here, that is the influence of the palace. Now, if we build more modules, we can extend its radius until it is finally taking the whole island into its radius, and we need to achieve that. So let's get it up there for now while we build it, and then we can move it to its final destination. And also, what I would like to do before we actually go for that, yep, my Electro has arrived in Leary with the item that I was looking for. That is Brewmaster Bill, and he is providing electricity to my breweries. And this is what I was waiting for, because those breweries, while we have enough beer, of course, we have enough beer for crownfuls, I always like to have a bit of a buffer there in addition, and this one here provides now electricity for all my breweries, thus boosting them by 100%, basically doubling their production. How very beautiful that is. More beer for everyone. The cool thing is about these industries, of course, Leary is profiting from that as well massively, because we do have the sausage, the soap, and also the beer that these people have now, right? So it's not only Crownfuls that profiting from these industries here, but also Leary at the same time. In Leary, let's just do this one as well. Let's build the next town hall monument. There you go, phase 2 completed, and we would be going now for phase 3. We do need caoutchouc, light bulbs, and filaments. That is something that I'm getting over here then with my airship by the by. Oh, actually, wait a second. We have the huge collier now in the area, and this has so much cargo that we might actually just use this ship here for all of that, and my airship also comes back home again. There you go. And then we will be able to finish the next town hall and, yeah, also use items on it. But once again, I'm getting ahead of myself here. We still have some work to do with the palace. So I'm going to continue here now with more modules that we want to add. So every module that we add, of course, does cost me. As we can see, not only resources and, well, quite a lot of money, actually. It also costs me influence. Not anymore, sorry. It doesn't cost me influence, but just lots of building materials, basically. That is something that we need to keep in mind here. There is a junction that I'm going to have on both sides, because I would like to have a little garden here and a little garden here for this palace, and then we continue with, I think, an ending here, right? And then we just have, I think we're going to have one or two. It's going to be one only, and then a corner, right? And we're just going to copy this one to the other side as well, because I would like to have the palace to be symmetrical. That is the important thing here. And then we're going down with 3 until another corner comes around. And then we have another junction here where we do connect it. So there we have, as we can see, a little courtyard now where we can have a fountain and something like that. And then we continue here downwards to this grand area that we have. And I'm just doing the same thing on the other side now. So there you go, another little courtyard on either side. We have that now. This is it symmetrical? Yes, it is. Perfect. So there we have that. And then we can continue here now downwards to the next area, or, well, to the area that is down here. And actually, there we have then these gates here that we can use to get the streets up there, right? That's for later then. That's pretty cool, because we can then have a little garden up there still if we need to. Let's just check my diplomacy. The thing with Anno is you can never really build in peace, right? Let's have a non-aggression pact. For now, this also increases our reputation with the princess. And Bente... Oh, trade rights. You would be able... this probably made it worse. Actually, trade rights are possible. Bente, you're coming into new regions there for us. We might still want to crush you later, but for now, I'm really happy that she wants to go down this route. Here, we are going to have now another corner, and then it's probably 2 blocks in, and then an ending. I'm not entirely sure about that, though. It would be fine. It would be fine with the symmetry that we want to keep here. How many modules are we using right now? 42 out of 64 that we could use potentially as a maximum, right? So I could still add something up here if I want to, or something down here. Now looking at the range of the palace though, it is, as we can see, having now the full range. Yes, we are taking in the whole island now. So even these remote locations there, and even the other side of the island is now in its area of influence. That's what we want to achieve. Perfect. So I think the palace is finished, as we really don't need anything else here. It's just about the location now. I think we're still going to move it a bit further up here into, or deeper into, the Crown Falls area. So this is of course the Crown Falls here, so that we have it closer. And there is just lots of forests in the back then. I like that. We're going to use the forests then for a nice little park, and this area is still available. Now of course there might be the option of having Botanical Gardens on this side here then. Difficult. It's difficult. I have no idea about that yet. We might also have the Botanical Gardens on the other side, right? So the palace and the Botanical Gardens are looking towards each other. This might be possible if we do it like that. Yeah, that's unfortunately not possible because of these cliffs there. So I cannot do it like that. Now you know what? Both of the iron and the cement are both coming in with my docklands. So I could actually, and I will, remove those two mines there. And instead, we're going to have the Botanical Gardens in this area. I just like that, to have it also closer to the palace grounds, right? It just fits better this way. Now that is that. For the palace itself, we do need to work on the final location. I do want to have for sure a better road symmetry here though, because this is not something that would work right now. I think that is now good. Just have a look. This one is working together with it, perfect. And here we could work together with it, right? So that is the road that goes into the palace grounds. So we can actually get rid of this road there to keep this one a bit better there, organized overall. So that means also that this palace here now has its final location.
You are a confusion.
And that would be it. And here the main road goes now into that, and then of course into the Botanical Gardens there as well. The train that we still have there, well, the train is coming to an end in this area. The train is not going all the way up here, so it's probably then ending here in one of these in an electrical power plant for this whole area then. That should be it. Righto, and then we can actually start building the palace, shall we? That starts with some fountains in these little rooms that we have there, right? So I would like to use these fountain plazas that we can have. And we do have also, of course, the big fountains then. This one there that I particularly like, that we might have then here, for example. That is probably rather central, perfect. And then another one here. And then there we have the gates, so here I can't do it. For the paving, we use this paving there, which is just the best option. But I think, wait a second, this paving does not. Let's just try this one out. Nope, it does not connect with the street. That is a bit of a problem. So I will need to have a street going all the way up here. And I think we might actually use this one here right away. Right, and then it goes over here. And over here to the other side, because I want to have them connected with my street network. Problem is really that only these roads here connect to the network, right? Nothing else. The ornamental ones, they don't connect, which is a shame really. I'm going to look up for a mod in this area if that is possible. Now that we have that, then of course we need to have a proper entrance. Some statues might be in. Interesting. So there we have our equestrian statues on both sides, and then we have these special ornaments available as well, which is the columns. So we have a special pack just for the columns. Oh, she's already threatening us once again. Let's pay her a bit. There we have these special columns. So the King George's monument, for example, that does cost quite a few resources. So these are modded ones, but it's looking absolutely fantastic. We also have over here the Nadaski column that we could use, and we have the obelisks. I do like the obelisk of the queen. The queen is rather small, but Pope Lucius looks good to me. It does require some brass, so that we probably don't have yet, but we might have these columns on either side of the palace entrance, right, of the main entrance, that are overlooking into that. That is looking really cool. And then probably some smaller ones out here, or we have the King George monument as a smaller token in here, right? So this one is coming together then here. I think this might actually look pretty cool. So we can do it like that. Then I'm just going to have a paving now everywhere, because then we can still remove it for more ornaments like trees. This one and also on that side in here, so that the whole courtyard kind of like is paved like so. This is already looking like something, and then we can have now more ornaments in here. Like some flower beds here, for example. Also, trees might be nice to have. So let's have the white trees actually, as I think this just fits much better into that. Boy, I really hope that I find something for the street one though. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's still a complete different texture, of course, as we can see. But it's just necessary, really, in order to achieve all of that. That is looking not so bad. I think we might still be adding some ornaments then later, but let's actually go ahead and build it. So our equestrian statue, then we have our fountains on that side. We have our fountains in here, all of them. Perfect. Then we have our flower beds, our trees, and yeah, well then it's all about the palace. And the palace does cost me 1000 bricks, 1000 steel beams, 3.1 million credits, lots of windows and reinforced concrete. I think it's going to be worth it, and boom. And that pushes us to the enticing metropolis permanently without any festival now. And it also opens up, of course, items that we can use now, or policies as they're being called. Boy, I really am surprised right now how this one is looking then in real, because it's looking pretty cool. Gotta say it from the back, of course. And in the palace, oh, there's also lots of people up there looking then towards our beautiful crown folds. Fantastic, really. The only thing that we cannot afford now is these obelisks here. So we do need brass if we want to build them. Really, all of them, right? Yep, we do need 400 tons, 200... No, actually, we need 300 tons of brass. Why do we not have brass here? We are producing a lot over in this area that I, by the way, should electrify as well. There's the brass, but it seems to be not that much. Oh, we have lots of copper, though. We have some more resources. I think we're just going to build a couple more of these brass smelters, because we do need them for our statues. Let's upgrade this warehouse there as well. And how much brass do we actually have? Oh, it's 0. All right. I do need to increase my brass production anyway if I want to make this one work. Perfect. So that is the palace for now. Of course, there's still anything or everything missing around it. This is what I would like to fix once we go for... once we come closer there with our people, right? So there we have then the road going up. So we can now continue building here. And this is where we're going to have then also our Botanical Gardens, right? So we can squeeze them in just nicely into this area where we are going to build them. They are costing a lot of influence though. So first, we need to do something in the palace. First of all, of course, we do need to have a bus station for the tourists, right? Please let me... Yes, very good. We don't need to have the main building, but we only need to have the modules in its surrounding. And look at that. It's then reaching the palace itself. So if I build it here, it's actually counting for the palace. Unveiling of palace heralds government's ambition for more efficient lawmaking. Exchequer refuses to reveal how extravagant building costs will be paid for. Well, with my money, of course. I mean, we are earning a lot after all. Let's just try to get the palace in here. So there it is. And then we need to look out that we get the Botanical Gardens in here as well. Unfortunately, the range of these bus stations is really bad. Having it over there, that's probably not going to work out for me. I probably would like to have it a bit over there, because it's going to be a big one. So it will need its own bus station then. So we can have the bus then somewhere here. And actually, let's build it right away. There you go. Oh, yes. Where's the last one? Holy cow, we are pretty far away from everything. Let's just see. I do need another one here then anyway for the Botanical Gardens, right? And then I can have one down here. This should already make the connection. It's not! With one tile, I think it's not going to make the connection here. Yep, it doesn't. Let's build it for now. But I think, nope, it does not have the connection with really these bit of tiles here. Insane. Okay, now I needed to move it a bit. Of course, we needed to destroy then this block there. But now it has its connection. It has its connection, and this one has it too. So how do the tourists like that? Please tell me you like that. Content tourists, no longer unhappy. Content they are now, but the palace is not in yet. Why is the palace not in? It's connected for sure. Ah, now it is connected. Perfect. So the palace is now in it. Very good. That is important. And now what we can do is we can now enact policies for the palace itself. And this is the cool thing about it. So one of the very cool ones is the first one right away. Department of Administration. Bye-bye. Department of Administration gives me +1 influence for engineer residences. We don't have that many engineer residences, but it definitely should still give me something on top of that. Plus also 50. Oh, okay. That is a lot of additional influence, like 200 more. Do I have that many engineer residences? Well, I guess. 200. I do have some down here. This bonus is insane, though. I didn't know that I had 200 engineer residences. Alright, it was the propaganda that was missing there, right? So I did get my influence back again. It is actually something else here. Affects all engineer residences in range of connected town halls. And it gives them +1 happiness, +1 influence. Now we don't have a lot of them. Let's just stop this one again. I think we don't have any engineer residences connected to a town hall. We do have a town hall in here, right? But that is only for investors. I would need to get another one over there if I want to make this one work for us. We could also do 30% reduced need for all food. Residents consume 30% less fish, sausage, blah, blah, blah. If they're connected to town halls once more. This, though, affects also my investors. So it is something for now, right? And as we can see, it's working. This one here is working at least. I think this one here, unfortunately, is not affected by that. To be honest, I think of all of them, I would like the Stellar Repurposing Act for now. So 200 island tons of island storage for each town hall. I think this is, well, the best one that we can make out of this one. Or the reduced need for food. Yeah, let's make the reduced need for food because I can just build more town halls then. Department of Culture, we have only 2 available right now. For the other ones, we still need to get more influence or more attractiveness. +1 reward from World Fair, +10 influence per museum module. This actually makes sense, and this actually gives me almost 100 influence back again. Very good. Also, +20% chance of receiving visiting specialists at the public mooring. Right, so we have a museum, and this one is affected by that now. And this is finally a nice influence boost on top of that. Department of Labor, we do get 10% productivity productions already. And then we have extra goods from farms, extra goods from heavy from heavy factories. This is for basically everything that we have on Crown Falls. Typewriters, shampoo, lemonade, biscuits, elevators, oil. This is something I like for now. We do have some very interesting ones here. +50% productivity from electricity. Or -50% workforce needed. I do like this one too. Let's go for the extra goods for now. Welfare, area of influence for all public buildings. Perfect. And then 15 area of influence of power plants. 3 attractiveness for artisans and engineer residences. This one is huge. This one is going to boost us, I think, to the end of attraction level. We're enticing now. And boom, we're an impeccable metropolis. There you go. This boost is so insane. It is huge. And we are now a flawless, ineffable beauty like moon dust settled upon ice shards. That is romantic. Holy cow. Perfect. And then Department of Trade, we get +200 tons of island storage per harbor office. And then 200 tons per... Oh, yeah, and we get lots of levels there as well. Item slot for harbor masters, 300% productivity for all coastal buildings. We don't have that many coastal building sand we have down there, so let's go for this for now. And I think we do have some more things unlocked now. Influence, +1 item slot for town halls. This is pretty good. Right, let's keep the 30% reduced need for now. And I think we might be happy with that for now. Oh, we have these now. -50% workforce needed. Let's just see how that changes it. It basically doubles our artisan and engineer workforce again. Right, so this is actually pretty good. 50% productivity from electricity. I like that one too. So basically electricity, just another 50% on top of everything. Let's keep this one for now. there you go. That's the palace, right? We would still have lots of things to unlock here. The higher we get on attractiveness level. And of course, we will reach all of that. So far, so good. I'm now saving up a bit of brass, and then we can build these columns there. Stay tuned